National Literacy Trust is a charity that works across the UK to address low levels of literacy, often in areas of high deprivation. So we work to give people the literacy skills, reading, writing, speaking and listening that they need for a successful and sort of happy life. So literacy is really important to every child and every adult because communication, reading and writing are the basis of our social skills and our employment, our working life. There's lots of research showing that a child who has delayed language or lower levels of language than you'd expect, that later in life they're 3 times more likely to have mental health problems. It's linked to them being more likely to be unemployed or having less sort of work, less career choices. The advantages of having a sort of child who's confident, happy, playful with language and then is able to go on and be highly literate and able to communicate and confident in themselves just means you're helping set your child hopefully on a happier journey and a more fulfilling journey for life. Parents are critical to children's literacy, and the basis of literacy for a child is, their basis is early language. And children learn to talk, they learn language from their parents. Children can't learn what they don't hear. So every word, every conversation you have with your child is an opportunity for them to grow their language and develop their literacy. We encourage parents just to talk to their baby as much as possible, to share songs and rhymes with them. Songs and rhymes are really good for helping children learn new words, learn about repetition, learning about speech rhythms. Sharing books are a great way of introducing new words to babies and young children, and books are rocket fuel for little kids' brains. Really simple things just make a big difference. But also through reading stories, they understand narrative, they understand how to put words together in what order, they understand how sentences flow and are constructed, and then how a story hangs together over sentences, over paragraphs, over a whole book. So all of those things build on language, and it all starts with talking with your baby. So every smile, every game of peekaboo, all of that is your child communicating with you and learning language. And those moments are really, really important when you're changing nappies, when you're feeding, anything like that is a great opportunity for early communication. The more you respond, the more your child's going to respond back to you, and you are building, before they're talking, you're building communication with your baby. The big way that children learn, particularly up to 5 and beyond that, is play. And that means things like peekaboo and patty cakes and just songs and rhymes. It's also about making it easy for you. You don't have to set time aside. So when you're with your child, talk about what you're doing, name the things you're using, get down close to your baby or your toddler and follow their interest. Talk about what they're interested in, describe it and the colours and the shape, and that's the point at which that child's going to take in the most words, the most language. One of the best things to do as well as your child gets older, as you're getting into toddler and they're walking, is songs and rhymes with actions are great to also help your child's physical coordination. There are some songs and rhymes where they're using their hands and fingers a lot. They're actually developing gross motor skills and fine motor skills, which will help them learn to write and hold a pen and develop their literacy skills in that way. To learn to write, a child needs to develop motor skills in their shoulders and in their arms and in their fingers, gross motor skills and fine motor skills. And to help those develop, actually, as a child, as a toddler, what you want to do are things like playing catching games or helping your child hang out the washing, do lots of drawing and mark making, big circles and scribbles. All of that's the beginning of writing. But first of all, they've got to develop the muscles to do it. For every mum and parent out there, I'd say that there's 3 things, to just think about and keep in mind when you've got your young baby, your young toddler, and that's playing, talking, and sharing books together. Those 3 things, having fun with play, talk, and sharing books, will just be so great for your kids' literacy and your kids' language levels.